has been a long time. But I just want to give a little update on what's been happening lately. Most recently, just kind of crunching, getting ready for Lightbox Expo, which is happening in a few weeks. So it's coming down to the wire already. But yeah, so in the past few weeks, I've been doing a lot of new stuff. Just now, we were working on what you would call it, layer clipping. So if you have layers, you can click on the thumbnail and say clip down, and then now that'll clip down like that. You can smudge it, blur it, and everything will kind of stay inside that border. So this is just a nice little thing that's been missing from WEBBYPAINT. Pretty sort of a basic thing, so I'm glad that's in there. And then yeah, layers in general, that's new. I like this whole web version better already because we can do things like drag and drop to move things around, and I think that's really nice. So yeah, and then you can also do things like, let's see, there's hide and show like this. Clear will actually clear the whole layer, but this has history, so you can undo that clear like that with just regular undo. And you can move these around, drag them around. If you create a new one, it should be unclipped, but if you are on a clipped layer like this and there's a regular layer above it, then it should, damn it, well, there. In certain cases, it will create a new layer clipped like this when we're already sandwiched in between two clip layers. So it tries to kind of guess what you want to do there. And then we can always go back to the original layer and mess around with it like this and erase like this. So it's fun to get weird patterns going here. But yeah. Anyway, let me start working on this little painting here. But yeah, if you are gonna be in town, in the Los Angeles, Pasadena, Burbank area, at the end of October, you should come hang out at Lightbox. Last year was a lot of fun. It was a ton of people there, so many like crazy artists, and it's just a really fun thing to see all your internet friends in person. So yeah, if you're around, I hope to see you there. And the main highlight of the HeavyPaint / WEBBYPAINT booth is, of course, that we have a little still life setup with chairs. So a lot of times people just come by and sit down because they're tired of walking around everywhere. So if you're walking around the convention floor, just come relax. You just sit and paint for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, and Jojo's gonna be tabling with me again this year. She's gonna have some prints there, um, some of her paintings. I kind of want to try to do some prints as well, so I need to pick some to print out. I think I'm probably gonna do that dog, that dog with the his hands pointing together. I don't know. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll just have a few prints maybe. I'm also debating if I should buy like a power station thing, because last year they charged us. Oh man, they charged like $80 or $100 for power and internet and all that, which kind of stinks. So I might try to bring my own power bank thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, that might be a stupid purchase. That could be something that I would just use one time and never touch it again. So I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. So I'm painting, and I'm so used to painting on one layer now that I don't even use all the new features that I've worked so hard to do. But it's okay. I guess I should try. Maybe we can make a cloud here or something with the masking. I feel like with soft shapes like clouds, it's hard to get the masking to work with you, because it's, you know, masking is usually for sharper stuff. But let's see, maybe it'll be cool. Okay, let's say this is the shape of the cloud, and then I'll go over and clip down, and then let's put some this in here. I don't know if it's helping. Yeah, honestly, I like painting without layers, usually. Maybe this would be better for a car or a truck or something like that. Or we could use it for the grass. Let's see, so down here. Yeah, here. Or even better, let's just use a rectangle. Make it simple. Like that. And okay, so that's our floor, and then clip down. Ooh, actually that's kind of neat. Go down. It's pretty dark. Maybe less saturated. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, retro. I'm all about that fluff. Kind of like cotton candy or something, right? Okay. And then we have the little bushes. I wonder what it would look like if we did it with little fan shapes. Like that. And then maybe paint over it with fluff. Let's see. So this is kind of like, you know, cartoon animation style, but I usually like how this looks. I think I should make this darker too, so I can actually see what's happening. So, I mean, these are pretty simple shapes, so I can I guess, take my time a little bit more and try to make them pretty. I still need to add in alpha lock, which, believe it or not, alpha lock, you know, like where each stroke can be locked to the previous stroke, is a lot more tricky than just this kind of layer clipping that we've got going on. So I might save it for later. I mean, at least we have layer clipping in now, so it's a start. But yeah, that is on the to-do list as well. It's just like, I don't know, 5 times more effort for like the same or very similar outcome in terms of coding. Okay, so let's say this is our mask, and then we'll go above it, clip down again, and let's put some crazy chaotic fluff. Ooh, whoa, that's kind of neat already. Okay, Fluff is doing a pretty good job here. I'm happy with that. And I guess one other nice thing about layers, side benefit, is that undo performance should be faster when you split up your painting into layers. So let's say the painting has 1,000 strokes. If you split it into like 100 strokes each on 10 different layers, then when you rebuild the layer, when you're undoing, you have to rebuild the canvas basically. But if it's separated into layers, then you only have to rebuild that one layer, which should be better performance wise. But I mean, it should rebuild pretty quickly anyway, so I don't think it'll be that noticeable, unless you have a pretty slow device. Okay, maybe let's try. Ooh, actually, yeah. This is more like the fried fluff tool. It's just a little more crunchy, right? I like this texture. I'm going to switch to this side of the color wheel. So this slider here actually gives you complementary colors. So if you notice, when I go to the left side, the reds are all in the middle of the color box. So I like this when I'm painting like figures and stuff, and I need to do a lot of red skin tones and things like that, because it's just nice to have it in the middle, right? So for grass or for landscape, maybe this is better, being on the right side, because then we've got green in the middle. So that just makes picking greens a little bit nicer. Try that. Yeah, I like how this fried fluff texture is a little bit, it's pretty nice, I think. What if we erase with this? Oops. Go back to fluff, erase. So I'm just pressing E to erase with the fluff. Except it's not working now for some reason. Oh, I was on the wrong layer. Or was I? What did I do? I'm confused. Okay, well, first bug found. Shit. Let me save this. Oh boy, what did I do? It doesn't like that. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna figure out what that was, but so switching to erase mode on this clip layer seems to not, it doesn't like that. So yeah, that's seems to be the bug. Okay, I will look into that one later and just not erase right now. Erase should be fine on a regular layer though, right? I hope. No, it's broken. Okay. Erase is broken all of a sudden, even though it was working fine before you guys showed up. I also need to make it so that when you select the mask layer, it should highlight all the children layers, I think, or the layers on top. I think that would be nice. Also, blend mode should be pretty simple to do after this, now that the layer system is working, so probably going to try to get that going next after all these things are sorted out and this update is pushed up. This isn't up yet, but it's pretty close, I think. It also doesn't like when you delete. I think, yeah, handling the delete needs to be solved also. So let me write that down real quick. Because when you delete a layer and it's something is clipped to it, you have to unclip it so that it doesn't explode. There's all these random little like situations that you have to account for. Okay. Delete. Clip. And erase. Okay. mini fluff. I like these little zigzags in the mountains back here. I'll try to pay attention to that. Trying to calm down the noise a little bit on the far distance because, I mean, the farther away, I guess theoretically it should be less noisy. Because everything kind of gets flattened out by the atmosphere. In the front, we can, you know, go more crazy with it. Maybe getting some randomness. Trying to soften these up a little. Even the bottom should be a little bit soft. It's not crispy like that. Okay, I'm pretty excited to put in these little dots for the house, the houses. I think that's gonna look really cool. And also the little dirt road. Although maybe the dirt road belongs onto this layer here. Because it is kind of part of the grass, right? Oh yeah, blur and smudge have been added. That's the other thing I forgot. They are they're not perfect yet, but it's a start. It's a good start. I want to make them behave a little bit better with alpha. Right now they're a little bit weird sometimes in certain situations, but they'll eventually work. But let's see if we can do a little bit of smudge over here. Maybe smudge fluff. Let's see. So I just want the bottom edge to be. Yeah, you know what? Maybe blur is better here. Because they are clouds. I kind of need to be soft. Okay, yeah, what if we do a sharp thing like that, and then I think I should treat this edge a little more carefully because it's got a lot of contrast, so I want it to be, you know, it should be kind of a neat focal point, not too messy. And then there's these little wisps. Kind of looks like oil. I'll blur these. I haven't tried eyedropping on different layers yet. I wonder if it's probably not going to work because I didn't really do anything special for it, so let me try that. So if we were to eyedrop on, say, the bushes. Oh. Interesting. I'm not sure how this is working because on heavy paint I had to like specifically make it work for layers, but maybe I forgot how this eyedropper is set up. But hey, that's good. This is probably the most fun about clipping, is that you can use a gigantic brush and just go crazy like that. And get some wild textures going. Makes it look looser, I guess. Let me try to get some directionality to this grass so that it looks like, I want it to look like it's 3D, you know? Like it has some perspective to it, you know, going into the distance. Some one-point perspective. That's nice. Oh, hey, Overlord, sorry, I didn't see these messages, but modeling, I'm not really doing modeling lately. I'm just kind of tied up with this painting program, but yeah, someday. I think yeah, one day I will get back to modeling when I'm old and gray. I don't know when. But I have to, I'm putting in a lot of hours into this project, and it's basically not leaving any time for anything else, so. Okay, maybe some other different texture here. When I'm doing texture stuff, I like to try to make the brush as big as possible, because I feel like that gives you the most fresh looking, or the juiciest textures. And especially since we have the masking here, you can afford to go even bigger. Ooh, that's kind of neat. I don't know if I should try to make it more abstract like this, or more 3D. Okay, I'm gonna add in a few little sticks and thingamabobs, like these little fence posts. So I think that'll be a nice way to, you know, set it off, have a little bit of detail. I need to unclip this. boy here. That's too big. Not sure if I like the giant horn in the middle. I do like how this gray looks totally red here compared to the surrounding colors. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let me just adjust it. Oh, now erase wants to work. Interesting. I don't want to go too intense with these ones in the back. They should be like almost invisible, honestly. I think. Cool. What did I do? Oh my god, okay. Seems it doesn't like the erase stuff. Let me get rid of this. There we go. Yeah, it's something wrong with this erase part of the shader, but that shouldn't be such a big deal. I'll be able to track it down and fix it. Okay. I'm reconsidering this poll here. Now that there's more polls, I feel like it doesn't look so awkward by itself. Now it's got some buddies. Toning these down a little bit, a little too excited. And the stuff in the distance, I'll just try to make it a little bit lighter. I mean, not uniformly, because they're all different colors, these poles, but in general, the ones back there should be lighter. But yeah, a little variety doesn't hurt. Okay, you know what? I'm pretty happy with this one for the amount of effort put into it. I think it feels pretty nice and loose. It's got some good energy, some juiciness. And we got to test out the layer clipping, so overall, not bad. I do. The floor or the ground near us is tricky. I mean, we don't have it here in the picture, so we're kind of making it up, but I did want to have that perspective happening in the floor. Let's see. But then these weird, crazy patterns are cool too. Maybe this is the best. Just keep it simple. Nice and calm. Okay. So the only other thing maybe is just a little bit of work on these edges here. Whoa. This fluff tool is really kind of tricky to control. Just sort of does whatever it wants, which is kind of the cool part about it. But it's the cool part and also the annoying part. Hey, Sketchy Tiger. There's a ton of changes. I mean, I could try to quickly run through some of them. This color picker is new. It's an OK Lab color picker, which means that when you change hue horizontally, the value stays consistent. So you can see the value's not jumping up and down like it would with a regular color box color picker. And then this saturation slider also has a complementary color, so the left and the right are complementary of each other. There's a whole gallery system now. You go in here and you have all these thumbnails like Instagram. There's a gazillion different things. The performance is pretty nice because of WebGL. You know, instant updates always because it's a browser. You can also use it offline, just like a regular app. If you install it, you can go up here and say install, and it'll make a little icon for you, and it'll become like an offline app. It's got like drag and drop. There's just a billion little things here that web technology kind of allows, that lets it be a little bit nicer to use. So yeah, the past year, since January, I've been rebuilding the whole thing, and I'm pretty excited with how it's going so far. It's still kind of new, so it's still in progress, but so far the progress has been pretty fast on web. Okay, so anyway, for anyone who wasn't here for the stream, or if you're just popping in now, basically the latest feature is this clipping mask thing. So, well, that looks crazy. But yeah, so you go here, you make a layer, you can make a new layer, click on it, and then clip down, and that makes it into a clipping mask. And then you can, let's say if we get fluff tool here and do like that, and then we can blur it. This looks crazy. Maybe this is what the painting should be. And then you should be able to erase. Anyway, that's the latest. This update's almost done. I just have to fix a couple little bugs here and there, but it's pretty close. So you guys, this should be up probably in the next few days, this clipping mask update, so look out for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining in, guys. I'll see you next time, and have a good day.